Police Department. How may I help you?
This is Harvey Long. Get me Lieutenant Von Simplewitz in homicide.
One moment, please.
Make it snappy, Lung. I'm a busy man and got a lead on the Sterling case.
Me too. A lead to an end.
Yeah, like what?
Like I'm in a room with her right now.
What? Where? How's she doing?
She's not.
Like how is she not?
Like she's dead. I gave him the address to the hotel and hung up. I didn't have much time, but I gave the place the once over. Her camera remained on the dresser beside several rolls of film. I put the exposed rolls in my side pocket and removed one roll from the camera and pocketed that too. In the drawer of her bedside table there was a small black book filled up with names. Lots of names. I recognized a few of them. Next to some of the names were numbers, long numbers. Next to the numbers were dollar signs, and next to the dollar signs were esoteric symbols of curious hieroglyphic design. I considered it. Then I closed the drawer and let it lay. There was a bundle of dough wrapped up in a pair of her undergarments in the bottom drawer of the dresser. A lot of dough. I counted it out. 80,000 Washingtons. I thought about that. I thought about the little black book of names and figures. I thought about her husband, Mr. Person, and about the sort of racket he was wrapped up in, and the fast type of crowd he ran with. And I thought about blackmail. I put the money stash back where I found it, and then I went back to the drawer and put the little black book in my side pocket along with the film. I went out the door and down the hall looking for something. Looking for a shadow or a hole or a pocket. I found a dust-caked plastic spathiphyllum at the end of the hall. There was plastic peat moss in the bottom, and I dug into it with the film and the book and then arranged the artificial vegetation back over my stash. It wasn't tops, but it would have to do. I went back to Melody's room and sat down with my drink and lit up a fresh Pall Mall and just sat there, looking at the limp body, and that's when I noticed it. The drink that Melody made me. Melody Sterling. The last drink she had ever made in her short life. She had poured me a triple. I just sat there and waited for the law to arrive, looking at the limp body as it grew cold on the floor. The joke was on me. She was more beautiful dead than alive. And I was simply more dead than alive, period. I was tired. I knew the gritty despondency of a passionate existence. You spend your life training your senses to stay tuned into the world, to recognize the evidence of other people, other things, to pinpoint some sensual proof that there is something out there other than your own gibbering mind, to follow the footsteps and read the fingerprints, listen to the whispers and the screams, and what does it get you? A head full of meticulous memories that only make the challenge of knowing the world all the more convoluted and impenetrable. I know what I see. I know the visions that enter my eyes. I know the sounds that shiver in my brain. I know the smells I smell, the acrid and the bitter and the sweet as well. The smells that make me want to gag and the sweet ones that sometimes take me back to a place before all this. To a place, how was it you put it? A sunny, playful childhood. Feels like 1,000,000 years ago. Well, it was. And 3 lives ago. The 3 forever-ended lives of Bobby Doo-Wop, the river rat Dingbat, and yours. That's right, baby. Yours. And now that you're out, I'm in. I'm in deep, and I'm going deeper. Deeper in the mud, deeper in the blood, deeper in love. And now I'm going deeper, deeper down the river. Down south, down, to vampire world, to vampire world, to vampire world. It's open. They came in with all the funeral solemnity of a 4th of July parade, stampeding over the creaking floorboards and halting over her, halting over it, halting over the piece of meat that once had a name and a voice and a smile. The piece of meat that was you. They fumbled like a team of orcs. I thought of those 7 nasty little dwarves standing over the body of Snow White, only this girl wasn't just asleep. She wasn't just drugged. She wasn't in some enchanted coma. This girl was dead. Von Simplitz nudged the gun in her lax hand with the toe of his shoe.
Are you packing any heat, Lung?
I pointed to my gun on the table and shook my head.
That the kill gun?
You just gone done moiticated Melody Stoylan.
You just moitered Melody Stoylan. Why'd you do it, you rotten sleuth?
I didn't do it.
You just indicated the gun to be yours.
It is mine, but it's not the murder gun.
You expect us to buy that?
Not especially. Go sniff the thing. It hasn't been fired in months, maybe not even years.
What happened here, you weasel?
The kill shot came through the window. The shooter fled down the fire escape and into oblivion. I chased him, but he vanished by the time I hit the concrete. I came directly back up here and called you. The pill grazed my arm, passed through her heart, shattering the mirror, and embedded itself in the wall there. I took the mirror down to have a look.
Funny, the bullet hole looks just like another one of the black-eyed Susan daisies printed on the wallpaper.
Funny.
What kind of pill was it?
Yeah, funny. How the hell do I know? You think I'm just gonna pry apart some crime scene? That's what I called you for.
Mickey, dig that bullet out and bag it. I'm taking you to the station, Lung. You prepared to make a statement?
Yeah. Life is monstrous.
Tell that to the dead girl.
I didn't have to.
You didn't have to tell her anything ever, but I guess you like to get your foot in other people's doors and sort of peek inside, huh, Seamus?
Let's go then. I've had a long day.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
tired.
get your arm stitched up and take you to the station for a statement. You and the boys secure the premise and search the room, Mickey. Coroner should be here any minute. Y'all can accompany that corpse down to the death house. Me and Mr. Lung are going back to headquarters.
Yippee. My testimony at the station was fast, concise, and more or less redundant. I went down to the parts to get my mind out of the gutter, to get my mind off of you.
Hello, stranger.
Do I know you?
I don't know, do you?
You look familiar.
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving.
So can words.
At least words are forthright about it. You can expect language to be a lie.
How about pictures? I showed Misty my portrait of Melody.
That's the girl.
That was the girl.
You don't mean...
She's dead.
I'm so sorry, Harvey. They say pictures speak 1,000 words.
Some of them tell 1,000 lies.
Is that how it was?
I took the photo back. I held out the 8.5 by 11 black and white glossy lie and set it on fire. Black lies, little white lies, dirty little secrets. The fire ate it all away. We watched it burn in my hand. Black and white blending into gray, muddying, withering into ash, and drifting to the floor like a gentle miniature snowdrift swooning below the diminishing flames.
How about I buy you a drink?
No thanks, Misty.
Well, maybe I don't know you.
We walked to the back of the bar and sat down in a cozy circular threadbare red velvet booth. The table was glossy black as a pitch mirror, reflecting the candle light overhead and busted crystal electroliers.
Who beat you up?
Dingbat and Ratbone.
I beg your pardon.
You don't have to beg, Misty. I give you an open pass. I went downriver and met 2 rats. They ID'd Melody for me. She was running away from her husband, the owner of Vampire World.
Mr. Person?
Bingo.
Yowzer.
And the river rat that was driving her up either recognized her and threatened to take her back, or maybe just figured she had money and dope and tried to rob her.
Typical scumbag.
And she bumped him.
Psycho bitch.
Then she tried to pin it on me. She set it up so I thought Mr. Person was framing me. It was a 2-pronged win for her.
Jeez.
She had me pegged as the killer of her victim if she ever needed it, and meanwhile she could manipulate me into doing her dirty work.
What sort of work would that be?
Undetermined. I suspect investigation into Mr. Person's business operations. Maybe she was trying to get in on his clientele.
Give me a cigarette, won't you?
Certainly. She had a list of names, and I'm guessing they're his clients.
Now that would be a very valuable list to possess.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Light it, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Anyway, while I was downriver, the 2 thugs beat me and threatened to eat me.
Maggots.
I got one I got one to put my hat on and he was shot by a car that was tailing me. I suspect one of Mr. Person's agents. You bored yet?
Certainly not. I'm ravished with curiosity and sadness over it
The
all.
car that was tailing me saw the hat on his head through the fog-soaked night and figured him to be me. They shot his heart out.
Well, in that case, hopefully Mr. Person now thinks that you're dead.
The only bright side is that hopefully Mr. Person now thinks I'm dead.
I just said that.
Oh, sorry, Misty, I'm tired. When I got back to St. Louis in Melody's hotel room, she got 86'd.
Oh, Harvey. In front of you? That clenches it. I'm getting you a drink.
She drifted off and back again with some martini glass filled with some neon blue spues which emanated a frostbitten light as though electrified from within. I had to laugh. I thought you said a drink, not antifreeze.
It's a flaming blue Ferrari, Harvey. White rum, black rum, and blue stuff. Though a little antifreeze might do you well. Warm up your guts, put a little love in your heart. I'm going to light it on fire.
My heart?
The drink. We each have to suck it through a straw before the straw melts. Are you ready?
She stuck 2 straws in the drink and wrapped her lips around one of them, and the sweat beaded on my forehead, and she lit the drink on fire.
Now suck.
I did. We shared it. We each sucked it down as the bright flame burned between us. There was a lot of things being set on fire that night, but I said I didn't want a drink.
But you got one, and I was here to help you drink it.
Don't think I don't know what you're saying.
I know you know.
Yeah, so, Melody Sterling, she got popped through the window and the bullet went through my arm and through her heart. It was like my arm got the tingle and her heart got the cardiac arrest.
How does that make you feel?
I didn't answer.
Harvey, how does that make you feel?
I didn't answer.
Afraid of being emotional? Think I can't handle the truth? Distracted, ashamed?
What do you say about it?
Nothing. I don't feel like talking. I feel like singing.
She walked across the smoke-laden bar and up onto the small backstage in her black shining pumps and her black stockings and her long black dress and sparkling earrings and her snow-white skin and all of her black hair curled in black midnight ping pongs. Girl stuff. There was a 3-piece band waiting for her there.
Misty's gonna sing. Oh, Misty's gonna sing. I'm a little rusty, boys, so go easy on me. This one's for you, Harvey. Were it not long the song of the sorrows of one, he would not sing it with brothers in fun, with sisters in sun, but he buries its need in left holy a sexual charges of sweat, blood, and bleed. So out comes his grief, his pain becomes teeth. Once more from the sheath of pleasure and bleed. A bleeding which simplifies the conical grief. The sorrows and longing, and a longing is need. A hunger so noisy, it forces the deed. Thank you all so much.